So I'm on location on a home inspection today, and something I realize I haven't done a video on is structural concrete floors. So one of the things that I'm looking at when I'm showing a buyer a property is I love mechanical rooms because I can tell so much as far as we can look at the age on the appliances if that's noted, maybe the manufacturer date on the water heater. Here I can see that there is a ventilation fan that goes into a crawl space. And the reason I know this isn't radon is because there's no radon gauge. So, but seeing that go into a concrete floor, as well as the walls in the mechanical space not being floated. So when I'm talking about floating walls, I'll have to do a video on one where y'all can see what I'm talking about. But sometimes you'll see like a base plate and then a gap and then another base plate for the framing of the wall. And so that's how newer basement finishes have been done. So this house was built or townhouse was built in 2009, but I see that the walls aren't floated, there's a ventilation fan, so that tells me there's a pretty good chance that this is gonna be structural concrete, or should be. So, as I go into the bedroom here, and this is a basement bedroom, and they went ahead and pulled back, the owners pulled back the carpet and stuff for us, which is super helpful, but this is what I'm talking about when I'm looking for a structural concrete floor. So down in the crawl space, you can see it's a concrete slab, but it's actually structural versus just the walls being structural. And so there's a crawl space down here with a sump pump. So that is what I want to see. And that crawl space is what that fan helps ventilate because you don't want moisture buildup and things like that. So when I see that walls, like the studs are not floated, when I see a ventilation fan, those kinds of things give me a good indication as far as how the property's built. That also lets me educate my buyer on, okay, this is not a radon mitigation system. However, it functions the same as a radon mitigation system with different specifications for airflow and vacuum pressure and things like that. So is it a legally installed, or permitted radon mitigation system? No. But will it perform a lot of the same and give you a lot of the same advantages of actually having one? Very likely. So if maybe he wanted to spend the money on a constant monitoring gauge or constant radon monitoring gauge that he can plug into the wall, or a radon meter, then he's not having to spend the money on maybe a mitigation system unless the property warrants it. So those are a lot of the nitty-gritty technical details that I'm looking at when I'm doing showings on property. Obviously, I'm not going to pull up carpet and do crawl spaces and things like that at just a showing, but a lot of that I can get a pretty good idea of just looking around in here. So a little bit of technical information, a little bit of understanding on how the homes are built, what the most likely issues are given how those homes are built. I can educate my buyers a lot before we ever get to the inspection, and then when the inspector's here, they can confirm all those things and check out the crawl space and let us know how everything is looking and functioning. So just today's tip on some of the things to look for in mechanical spaces, and especially relating to crawl space ventilation and structural concrete floors. If you're looking to buy or sell in the Denver metro area and you'd like to interview me, I'd love the opportunity to earn your business. I have a link down below that you can pick a time right off my calendar for a consultation. And if you need somebody with this level of understanding in another area, please reach out to me. I'm very picky on who I refer. Given my background in engineering, I realize not a lot of agents have that, so I can't always guarantee that, but I'll certainly connect you with somebody that's a good fit for your area. So thanks so much for the time. Hit the like button if this was helpful, subscribe if you want to see more, and y'all have a good one.